Hello. Um, this is called Christianity versus Science. Of course, it's just me. So this video is really a response to a reply I have received to my comment that I posted on the video, The Bible Unearthed, the Patriarchs. This person said, you know, he said, "Who made that puddle in the street after it rained? Some creator, right? That one doesn't work because you know that it has a natural cause." Now, first, my comment was that I basically just said, if you have an invention, you have an inventor. If you have a building, you have a builder. You have a creation, you have a creator. And so he responds in this way: "Who made that puddle in the street after it rained? Some creator, right? That one doesn't work because you know that it has a natural cause." Now, I would guess he was saying that the puddle came from the rain, and I guess the rain is the natural cause. But of course, we probably know how rain is made. You know, you have we have a couple pictures here. The water basically from the ocean evaporates into the air, being condensed, and it precipitates, which we call rain, onto the earth, right? So this is a cycle. This is a process. This is how rain is made, this process. So I'm going to get into that later on, this process. And then, about processes. And I will continue with his comment. He says, "The point is that our minds are prone to ascribe agency to everything we see. If you don't understand the scientific equations and explanations, it doesn't mean you should pick a myth out of our heads. The complexity of something is not an indicator of design." Now, I think even scientists would disagree with that part of his comment. I know when I was in biology class, even my professor, he was a, you could tell he was for evolution, just the way he was talking. But he still said the words about the body. He said it efficiency. He said those words. He says the body is very efficient. He would say the design of the body. And he would say these things. And the thing is, you can't not say it. When we have all this technology, that we are so proud of, that we boast of, right? We have the computer, the car, the TV, buildings and such. You need a designer for this. You can't just put it together. You need to plan. You need to design it. You need to draw out the plans, right, before you do what you want to do. So I cannot see how he would state such a comment, but that's what he says. Then he says the weather is complex but doesn't require anyone to tweak a million knobs. This is the end of his comment, and and this is basically my reply. Let's start off with a scenario. A guy named Bill goes into Best Buy, brands a brand new laptop with McAfee on it, the virus protection software. He took it home and started downloading YouTube videos on it. Then a virus pops up. However, the software, McAfee, stops the virus and destroys it. And not long after, the software, scans all the files automatically without Bill having to tell it to. And after this, Bill was so excited and went to his friend Tom saying like, "Dude, my laptop is so awesome." And Tom said, "Okay, Bill, sit down before you wet yourself." And Bill says, But dude, you don't understand. My laptop is so smart. Tom says. Bill says, it made this virus protection software called McAfee, and McAfee is so great, for it can detect when someone is trying to get into my computer, and it knows how to stop it and everything. Tom says, Bill? Bill says, dude, I am telling you, this virus was about to come on my computer and start messing everything up. And then the software just happened to detect it and happened to stop it. And then when that was over, it just started scanning my files like, whoa. Tom says, Bill says, my computer is just awesome like that. Tom says, Bill, when you say smart. Bill says, well, duh, dude. Everyone knows the laptop just randomly put itself together over time. Out of nothing. Or out of the big computer bang, and the circuit and stuff just came together, like all on its own over 1.2 million years or so, and then formed the software McAfee. And after about 20.2 million years, McAfee started making all these mechanisms, stopping viruses, and automatically scanning things on its own, because it learned things and over time and knew what viruses to stop. And then the computer, continued to, evolve and put Windows 7 on it, on its own, and converts MP3s. Tom says, dude, what? No! Dude, electrical engineers and manufacturers made that computer, man, and programmers made the software. They're the brains behind the processes and automatic scans. They program it to do it that way. Bill says, you're right, Tom. I bet you believe in the tooth fairy also. Tom says, end of scenario. Who do you think is more reasonable? Bill or Tom? Bill, who believes that things are just this way without any intelligence, or Tom, who believes that things are made this way with intelligence? I think we all have the same answer to this question. So why is it when it comes to God, it is different? Because scientists say so? Because that is what I keep seeing or hearing. It is this way because scientists say. So scientists are God then? For people take their word as absolute. They will say the Bible is a myth, something came up by man. Well, I know that the theory of evolution and natural selection was conjured up by man. For we know these scientists are men and nothing but. In Psalm 9:20, put them in fear, O Lord, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. Selah. Romans 3:3 says, for what if some did not believe? This person that wrote that comment to me also wrote another comment. And he is like saying, because there are other religions, because we have various religions, it's like it's God's fault or something. I'm like, what? Let's look at Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe? The reason we have all these religions is because people don't believe in God. They don't believe in Jesus. They don't believe in Christianity. They don't believe in the Bible. This is why we have various religions. And so, what if some didn't believe? Should their unbelief make the faith of God without effect? Romans 3 says, God forbid, yea, let God be true, but every man a liar. Because we have various religions only means that people don't believe in the true God. Because we have various religions simply means that people lie. Simple as that. Doesn't mean that this will make the true God non-existent because they refuse to believe. Isn't that right? Because atheists refuse to believe the evidence that is before them, would that make God non-existent? No. And he's saying things like there's no true winner, competing religions. I mean, of course, somebody that doesn't really know the Bible or didn't really investigate that much would say something like that. But the thing is, God sent the message. I mean, you have people out there. I mean, yes, you have false preachers and teachers in quote unquote Christianity, or in Christianity, but you also have the true preachers, the true teachers, those preachers that are teaching the truth. But most people simply don't care. You tell them something, it'll make perfect sense. You prove it with scripture, it'll make perfect sense, unlike evolution and this and that. And they just deny it. Is that God's fault? No. It's not his fault. People just don't want to hear the truth. That people prefer to make their own stuff up. I mean, it's not his fault. When he told Adam and Eve not to eat the fruit, they ate the fruit. I mean, they knew what not to do. They heard what God said, and they just didn't do it. They listened to the devil, then they listened to God. Is it God's fault? Okay. I mean, it's not his fault that people don't want to listen to his Christians, right? That people don't even want to open up the Bible. I mean, but there is a clear winner. But the thing is, you gotta sort of be in it to see it. And then, I mean, you don't have to really be in it. I mean, all you gotta probably do is you listen to a person that knows the truth of the Bible, of Christianity, compared to somebody that's Muslim or something. I mean, I think would choose the Christian than the Muslim because, I mean, frankly, let's be honest, with the Muslims, they came after Christianity, and they do take stuff from the Bible. That's what they do. Okay? I mean, they try justifying stuff like that, but the thing is, you just taking stuff from the Bible. And then you just put your own spin on it, and then that's it. There's no, I mean, to me, that's not like a real thing there. I mean, you're taking stuff but then we go to the Bible and say, well, the Bible also says this, and they say, oh no, that part is wrong, but this is right. I mean, see, stuff like that makes me tend to think something's wrong with this religion, right? Or Buddhists, I mean, I read some of their stuff. I didn't read a whole bunch. I just read, a little tidbit or something, and it sounded like, I don't know, this somebody that just came up with something sort of like philosophy a little bit. That's what it sounded like to me. Not really anything inspired, just, somebody trying to figure out the right way to live their life or something, I mean, that it's not really, I mean, it's not really divine to me. I mean, stuff like that, you know. So, I mean, when you look, I mean, when you know the truth, and then you look at other religions, it's sort of like you can start telling, you know. But even if you're not, I mean, if you sort of have your eyes open, you can tell the clear winner. Okay. But if you just refuse, I mean, it's not God's fault you refused. Okay. Truth is established forever. Doesn't matter what you believe in. Truth is the truth. But why would people take scientists' word as it's nothing but truth? But it is not making sense by what we see and witness. Like cats having kittens, dogs having puppies, humans having human babies, not chimps or some unknown alien species. That is what we have seen and witnessed in our own lives and throughout history. Genesis 1:12 says, "And the earth brought forth grass, the herb that yields seed according to its kind, the tree that yields fruit whose seed is in itself according to its kind." And God saw that it was good. Oranges have seeds in them, right? You plant that orange, let's say plant that seed or something, you gonna get another orange. Okay. Cucumbers have seeds in themselves, right? You plant that seed, you gonna get a cucumber. Okay. That's what this is. See, that's what this is saying. That's what I believe this is saying, right? The herb that yields seed according to its kind, right? Not according to another kind. You know, according to natural selection, you know, you have a particular seed, but it may grow into something else. Okay. Due to evolution or whatnot. In other words, it's like you have one type of seed, you know, it's like I plant an orange or something and I get an apple. Okay. You know. Or or an orange that's is no longer an orange. It's something else. Because of time or because of natural selection. But no, it says it yields seed according to its own kind. Okay. Its own type. Right. That is something we see. We witness this. God says, "Come now and let us reason together," says the Lord. Isaiah 1:18. God says, use reasoning. He does not say that faith must come without evidence. For he says the exact opposite. Faith comes with evidence, Hebrews 11:1, and the evidence of his existence is around us. He says how he made the creation. That species doesn't come from different species. And we can see it all around us. If a witness said that person 1 murdered person 2 and someone took us back in time and saw it, and we saw it, we would say the witness was telling us the truth. We see that baby lions come from mama and papa lion. So we know that God is telling us the truth. Yet we have no evidence. This is foolishness. We certainly do have evidence. Evolution It's not science. It's a myth. Half man, half monkey, or whatever you want to call it, is no different than the half man and half horse. You know, the centaur from Greek mythology, or the half man and half ox, the minotaur from Greek mythology. People will say they have all this evidence. But of course they're going to say that. Everybody says that. The people of truth say that. But it's only the people of truth that actually have that. But of course everybody says, deceivers say it, deceptive, manipulators, they all say it. They have to say it if they're going to trick you. I mean, if they want you to have confidence and trust in them, they have to say there is some evidence here. They can't tell you there isn't, or you won't. I mean, then why would you believe it? Right? Thank you. That's the end of this video. I hope it helped in some type of way. Feel free to comment or send a message or subscribe. Thank you.